All right, ladies and gentlemen, Fabs in the wild, and welcome back to the channel. We are here at the desert in Joshua Tree National Park. As you can see, spectacular view all around here. And I think we're going to be taking a shot from this position right over here, shooting that way. Okay, we got our dark cloth right over here. So pretty much that's going to be our picture right over here, more or less. And we want to use our precision tool. So I think I'm gonna just use my pockets for now. And we're gonna do a pretty big use of our ground glass, like so, and make sure you put like T-pose on the lens and a dark cloth to increase the contrast of the view, like so. It's gonna be wide open onto the T-pose, and we're gonna just cock the shutter and press to make the magic happen. I don't know if you can see now, right over here, you can check out from this spot that there is some pretty cool framing going on. So I'm just gonna go and check that my composition is spot on. So now I'm gonna level the camera perfectly. So that is done. Now we're gonna use like hyperfocal technique to bring everything in focus. This was just for composition purposes. So this thing goes back in the pocket. It's a little bit awkward, but works. The film back goes back in. And now, at this point, we are pretty much all framed, all leveled. We are going to use a polarizing filter, which I got right over here somewhere in my, there you go. So we are definitely going to polarize the scene like so. As you can see, clearly how this works, and this is what we're gonna do. And we're gonna remember that in the exposition. There you go. This is gonna be an extra stop beside the 2.5 stops that we already are needing for the center filter. So we're at 3.5 for 3 3/4. Anyways, let's check our light using this camera over here. Setting up 100 ISO because we're using Provia 100, which, if I'm doing everything correctly, we're going to see some results right after this. Now we're f16 at a 6th, but we're going to do a 4th f16. So half a second, 22. We're going to shoot at f22 and 1 second. There you go. So 100 f22. It tells me like half a second. So let's do a little bit underexposed at f22. So this is it. Filter is in place. I'm worried Actually, let's do 1 second, but bring a little bit down that aperture. So let's see, because I'm also worried that I'm gonna lose a little bit of that sky. So in this case, I'm going to actually use another filter on top of that, which is going to be my medium. Actually, I'm going to use the soft. You see, this is a soft Grad, which is going to slightly darken the sky like so. You see, it's going to be just a little bit of a hint just at the top. We are ready to go. Dark slide is over, and this is all we are waiting for. And on 3, 1, 2, 3, big smile. There you go. So that was a second. Now don't forget to reload and leave the shutter uncocked. So that's the cue to know that you need to cock and shoot. That's done. That's done. Here you go. If I did everything correctly, we are going to be able to check out a shot. Now, otherwise, this is going to go lost forever for my mistakes that I probably made during this shot. If not, enjoy this picture. Thanks for watching and stay tuned. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Fabs in the house, and welcome back to the channel. I got the result right over here. As you can see, it's a pretty cool image. There's a couple imperfections. We're gonna check them out, but I just want to let you know that this is just a piece of film, guys, because I've had people asking me that how can I print this? How did I print this? And this is not a print. This is just the actual original piece of film that was inside a camera that just received this amount of light. So it is a pretty cool thing to do, and a pretty unique way to experience what you capture with an analog camera. And I just want to really go in detail right over here and show you just a little bit more in depth of what this camera is capable of doing. And you just saw me taking the picture, right? There's a little bit of dust, but don't worry about that. I just want to show you the level of detail, the level of traveling that you can do. I mean, just this one is just like a crop for like from like this shot over here. This could be like another frame, right? You see some artifacts. I don't know what is that yellow thing. It's just like the branch, now that I look closely, of the Joshua tree with some reflection from the sun. And this is the aperture, of course, that you see. So this is an old lens. Of course, there's a little bit of light hitting that. And I have you know, there's like 3 filters in front of this lens, so I'm not surprised to see this artifact right over here, but it's, again, not bothering me, because this is an analog image, so it's not AI generated image. It's not perfect, but there's imperfections. Let me put this thing back because I want to tell you something as I show you this shot over here. Because you see, like film photography, especially slide film, stands as the only true and undistorted representation of reality. This I'm telling like since forever. Because unlike digital photography, which is subject to endless post-processing, computational manipulation, you can do whatever you want. You can enhance artificially everything digitally easily. Slide film just capture light as it is, not as you would like it to be, and translate that into a physical, unaltered transparency, hello, which is this piece of cellulose that I'm holding in my hands. So the moment of exposure is final. There's no digital intervention, no algorithm deciding which colors you're gonna enhance or which details you wanna sharpen. No, 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 no. What you see on a developed slide is just exactly, precisely what the camera has captured. That's it, locked into this emulsion forever with zero interpretation beyond the laws of chemistry and physics and optics, of course. So slide films, among like all the mediums, all the photographic mediums, like reversal film, is the truest to reality because it does not require any intermediate step to visualize the image. Remember that. Like negative film needs to be printed and requires like a scanning process. You introduce variables like contrast adjustments. You're going to do some color correction. You're going to do some exposure tweaks. You're going to do some something to alter the negative image from the actual negative that it is. This is a positive. So slide film just produces a direct, self-contained image. That's the key. It's, if you expose properly, like in this case, you can see that the dynamic range is very small. You lose detail right over here. You have plenty of details here, but if you check like the shadows, you might start to lose detail. So you don't have endless dynamic range like you have in the digital realm. The colors here are exactly as they were in the scene. There's no subject, that is able to manipulate anything. I just turned off the light. Sorry, guys. Oops, where was that? There's nobody, the lab technician, the software algorithm, there's nothing. It's just, the point is that slide film captures light in its purest form. So the contrast, the color, the dynamic range, the color fidelity are recorded exactly as they were seen with the limitation of the film, of course. That's why I'm saying that the slide film is the ultimate documenting medium, because it's honest, unembellished. It's incapable of deception because it's in its truest form. It's representing reality as it is, as it was in this case. But to fully appreciate the integrity of slide film, beside this way that I'm showing it to you, is just seeing the film by itself, viewed as as it is, with there's some digital happening here because I'm recording digitally this thing. You should come here, check it out with this thing called a loop, and you just put it on top and you just wander around and you travel back in time going into this scene. So because the moment you print a slide, it has to go through additional processing, altering its original color, blah blah, balance, contrast, blah blah blah. So every step that you're gonna do in a print workflow, it's gonna take the image further from its original state. This is what I'm saying. Even scanning a slide and viewing on a screen introduces variables like monitor calibration, color space conversions, digital sharpening, all of that, just gonna distort the nature of the captured image. So projection just preserves the purity of the slides because there's just light. Like now I'm kind of projecting this, I'm just letting light go through the grain structure, through the colors. There are molecules embedded on this piece of film with nothing, just nothing in between you and the reality that it was like that. So it's digital and AI are failing to capture reality. This is unfiltered, there's no interpretation, there's no enhancement, there's nothing, no machine learning based guessing of detail. No. This is just like what you call true photography. It's about seeing reality as it is, not as software, printers, or AI would like it to be. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.